Welcome to the Coastal Kitchen. I'm Karen Mashers, and today we are going to be cooking in a cast iron skillet. Everything we're going to make today is done in a cast iron skillet. Now, sometimes it's a little scary when you've never cooked in one before because they get very, very hot. But I'm going to show you how to season them. If you get a brand new pan and you've never used it before, what you need to do is take a little bit of vegetable oil or shortening that you've melted, grab a paper towel, and just get it all over the surface. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this in an oven, 375 degrees, upside down. Be sure to put a piece of big tin foil underneath it because it needs to cook for about an hour. Then let it cool in the oven, wipe it down, and you're good to go. So that's how you season first. And it'll take a little while for it to get as black as this one, but it's real easy to do and nothing to get nervous about. The way to clean a skillet, this is really easy. You just take a paper towel, wipe out any food residue, put it under nice hot water, and let it rinse for a few minutes. What I do is pour the water out, then I'll take some coarse salt, some sea salt, and rub it around with a paper towel, rinse it real good, and then dry it real good. I always put a tiny thin layer of vegetable oil on my pans to put them away. Okay, let's get ready to go. The first thing we're making, they make a lot of noise too. First thing we're making is skillet bread. And everybody knows that we make cornbread in a skillet, but this is a real dough bread, and it's very, very easy. I'm gonna get a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, and we're just gonna get this shredded real fast. And I always like to use the block cheese. You can use the kind that's in the package if you want, but this just to me tastes better. Okay, and I'm gonna do a cup. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, I need more than that. And I always do things a little bit more than I think I need, but I think that's a good cup of cheese. In this bread, you can use either a shallot or a green onion, and today I'm using a shallot. And in the recipe it calls for 2, but this is a sort of a large shallot. So I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons with this. And all you have to do is just slice it and dice it. Get nice little tiny pieces. Okay, that is about a half of that big one, and I think that's about 2 tablespoons. All right, now let's just put that over here. This is really easy to do, as I said. I fried up some bacon, and I got it nice and crispy, nice and diced. So let's make this dough. All right, 3 cups of flour, just all-purpose flour. And into that, we're gonna put 4½ teaspoons of baking powder. And you can use a whisk, or you can just get it in here with a spatula. Salt, and 1/4 cup of sugar. And just mix that all around real good. Now, this is a beer bread, and I'm using a light lager. That's probably the one that's best to use. You might use the one you've got in the fridge. That's okay. But we're going to use a 12-ounce bottle or a 12-ounce can, whichever you have. And I am going to get that open, let it sit a second. I'm going to put my cheese in. I'm going to put my shallots in. And I'm going to put my bacon in. and we're just gonna mix this up real good. Want all these ingredients to get coated by the flour. Now, with this kind of bread, once we make the well in the center and pour our beer in, we're not gonna mix it too much because we don't want the bread to get tough. So we're just gonna make sure that all of the ingredients are wet. All right, I've made a little well and I'm pouring the beer in. And all I'm gonna do is turn it. And some lumps are okay. All right, this is nice and wet, and it is a wet dough. We're going to do one more thing though. I have got my skillet that I cooked my bacon in. I'm gonna get that hot real fast, grab me some spray, and just give it a little spray. I've got a little bit of my bacon grease in there. And what we're gonna do is put this right in the pan. So simple and so easy. And you know, if you want something else in there, you can put anything you want in it because it's supposed to be the way you like it. I've got my oven on 375. And all I'm gonna do is spread this out. I just want to spread it as evenly as I can. And now I've got 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drizzle it over the top. And it'll help that brown. Now I'm going to put this in a 375 oven and it's going to stay in there about 50 minutes. You're going to look at it every once in a while through the window to make sure that it's good to go. All right, I'm gonna quick clean up and we're gonna come back after a word from our sponsors.
How Mom plus Cheddar Electric plus Maytag equals 1 legendary apple pie. It begins with the finest ingredients kept Maytag fresh. Then, Maytag's precise baking means the flakiest, tastiest crust ever. Finally, her ultra-quiet Maytag dishwasher makes cleanup ultra easy. Mom, apple pie, and Maytag. Dependably yours at Cheddar Electric stores.
Do you have Wi-Fi dead zones in your home? If you have a fast internet package, your wireless router is most likely the bottleneck because it can't handle all the new devices in your home. We now have a solution to enhance your internet experience. ATMC Premium Wi-Fi improves performance and coverage issues in any size home. For only $7.95 a month, you'll get Wi-Fi service plus management and maintenance you can rely on. So transform your Wi-Fi dead zones into total home Wi-Fi coverage with ATMC Premium Wi-Fi.
At ATMC, we know that fast, reliable internet is essential to connecting our local community to a better future. That's why we're investing millions to bring faster internet to members living in Brunswick County's most rural areas. We call this Project 2019 because in the next 24 months, over 4,000 of our members will have access to internet speeds up to 50 times faster than today. Because when it comes to doing right by our members, it's all about you.
Stay connected with your community channel. Like ATMC TV on Facebook today.
Welcome back. We're gonna make some cabbage, and I love cabbage, and this is a very southern type fried cabbage. It is absolutely delicious. You'll love it if you've never had it before. And what I'm gonna put with it is kielbasa. Kielbasa is a Polish sausage, and kielbasa just means sausage. The kind that I bought, and I'll show you here before we get to the cutting, is already pre-cooked, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, let's go with our southern fried cabbage. I've cooked up some bacon, and I've left the bacon grease in my pan, and I have got it warming right now. We're gonna make my little sauce. Okay, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, And I'm gonna put a little pinch of pepper in there. And just give that a nice little stir. We're gonna let that sit so the sugar melts. The vinegar will do that to it. But let's give it a good stir and put that aside. Okay, cabbage. Real easy to do our cabbage. The thing we want to do first, though, is take off any leaves that look bad, and then we're gonna cut out the big stem at the bottom. And sometimes it'll just pull right out. And I'm gonna cut down the side to see if there's any more, and there is, so let's just cut that out. And if you have any big ribs, go ahead and cut those out too, because they take a little bit longer to cook, and we're gonna try to have this done in an hour. Now, all I'm doing is cutting it in about 1/2-inch strips, and I wanna do it about the same all the way through. And this is the big rib that I was talking about. If that's a little bit large, go ahead and take that off. Now, we don't have to cut that anymore, but what we are gonna do is we're gonna break it apart as we put it into the pan. We're gonna let that start, and I'm gonna finish cutting the cabbage here. Okay, this looks like a lot of cabbage, but the one thing about cabbage and other greens is they just wilt down after they've been cooking a little bit. Okay, what I wanna do is I wanna make sure that nothing's burning. I've got it on a medium heat, and I'm gonna let it just start to wilt. Now, I do have about a cup of water, and I can put a little water in the sides if I want to make sure that it steams up a little bit before it really starts to fry. So I'm going to put a little water in there and let that start. Okay. Now, my shallot. I'm going to cut up shallot just like I did for our bread, and we're gonna put some shallot in there in just a minute. Now, a shallot is a milder form of onion. It is in that family. I like it better than a good yellow onion because it just seems to give it a milder flavor. So that's why we're using this today. And it's okay to have big bits. That'll be ready when the cabbage is ready. Let's give it a little turn. This is something that you want to watch out for. This will take about 10 minutes. All right, this cabbage is looking good. It's been going about 10-12 minutes because this was a big head of cabbage. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bacon back in, just crumbled up. And I'm going to get my shallots, and I'm going to throw those in. And we're going to toss. All right, we're going to let that cook for a few more minutes. I've got it on simmer, and we're going to finish with our kielbasa. Okay, all I'm doing is taking it and cutting it in about maybe inch blocks, and we're going to put this in a skillet, another cast iron skillet, and we're just going to heat it up and get it a little bit crispy on the edges. That's the one thing we want to do, just a little crispy. And I'm using 1.5 pounds. I only have 4 people that are going to be eating this today. I think about 1/4 of a pound is a good amount per person. Depends if you've got a big eater or not. Okay, let's put my next skillet right here, and I'm going to turn that on. Now I'm going to turn it on medium, and all I'm going to do is put the kielbasa face down so I can turn it and get it nice and crispy on both sides. Okay, got them all in, and we've got those on medium, and we're just going to turn those in about 2 minutes once they get nice and crispy. All right, let's work on this cabbage just a little bit. Okay, I've given that shallot just a little bit of time to soften up, and now it's time for our sauce. And all of the water that I put in is now evaporated, so this is just sauce. All right, now let's turn that over and get everything coated. Gosh, it smells good, I'll tell you what. Can't wait. We're gonna let this simmer for about 20 minutes, and it will be perfect. Okay, let's see what this sausage is doing real fast. Okay, it's starting to turn a little bit crispy on the sides. So we're gonna do a quick turn. Okay, you can see how good that looks. We're just gonna let that other side cook, and it's time for me to take out my bread. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Take a look at that. You can see how pretty that looks. Okay, the best part about skillet cooking is you can leave it in the skillet and it keeps it nice and warm. So that's how we're gonna serve today. We're gonna serve in the skillets. Okay, let me put this over here. We're gonna let this cool just a little bit. And we've got cabbage going. We've got our kielbasa going. We're gonna take a short break and come back and make our cobbler, a cherry berry cobbler.
Never worry about data again with an AT&T Unlimited Choice Plan from AT&C. Surf and stream and text all you want for just $60 per month. Unlimited data means unlimited entertainment. Got a family? Get 2 lines for only $115 a month. Plus, add up to 8 additional devices for only $20 each. More surfing, more streaming, no worries. Get your unlimited choice plan from AT&C today. AT&C, your local authorized AT&T retailer.
This is TV. This is TV set free. AT&C To Go sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV set free. Enjoy the extra value AT&C To Go adds to your cable package. Visit atmc.com and sign up today.
A security system used to be a simple alarm. Today, it's how we connect with our home. AT&C Security's smart home solutions help you protect and control your home, wherever you are. Lights, locks, garage doors, and more.
New Geo services react automatically based on where you are, so your house knows to adjust the thermostat and turn lights on before you arrive.
Combine smart home solutions with 24/7 emergency monitoring for one great low price. AT&C Security. Safeguard your home.
Well, hello there. Now it's time to make our cherry berry cobbler. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my stove on, and I'm taking a full stick of butter, and I'm just going to let it melt. You can do this in the oven if you'd like, which is fine. I've got my oven set to 375, and we need to make this batter. The oven has to be hot when it goes in. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 cups of fresh blueberries. They've been washed. Now, it's not cherry season right now, so I got some pitted cherries, and I'm using 2 cups of pitted cherries. And what I'm going to do is show you that at the bottom, there's a lot of juice even though I have drained them. And I'm just going to use a slotted spoon and get the rest of them out of here. Okay, 2 cups of cherries. And now I am going to take half of a lemon, and I'm going to use about a tablespoon of lemon juice over the top. Gives it a little bit of brightness. Just want to make sure that you don't get any seeds in there. So I'm going to pour it right through my hand and keep the seeds out. All right. Let's do a quick wipe here. Now I'm putting in a half a cup of sugar. Just sprinkle that sugar right over the top. This is a quick and easy cobbler. And we're gonna toss. Want all those berries and cherries to get a little bit of sugar on them. Okay, these are gonna sit just a minute while we make our batter. Okay, now I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I have 2 cups of sugar and 1.5 cups of milk. And I'm just going to take a whisk and blend this until it's smooth. Okay, I've got my batter made, my butter is melted, and I'm going to pour this right in the pan. Now, this is a don't stir. So you pour it in, and you take the berries, and I'm going to use my slotted spoon again, and you just take the berries and cover the top with them. Okay, we're looking good. All you can see is berries on the top. Okay, now it goes into the 375 oven, 40 to 45 minutes, depending on how your oven cooks, okay? So we're good to go now. We're gonna take a minute to clean up, get everything set up. Our sausage and cabbage is almost done. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.
How Mom plus Chelote Electric plus Maytag equals 1 legendary apple pie. It begins with the finest ingredients kept Maytag fresh. Then, Maytag's precise baking means the flakiest, tastiest crust ever. Finally, her ultra-quiet Maytag dishwasher makes cleanup ultra easy. Mom, apple pie, and Maytag. Dependably yours at Chelote Electric stores.
I think co-ops are the best business plans regardless of how large or small the community is. The people in the community own the company, they have a voice in the company, and we just go about doing the business of making a world of change for them. You know, we're a service company. We're going to provide services. Whatever those services are that come down the pipe in the future, there's no better company than ATMC to provide them. No better company than ours, no better type company than a co-op to make a difference.
This is what security video used to look like, and this is HD video monitoring from ATMC Security. Now it's easier than ever to keep tabs on the kids, see when deliveries arrive, and make sure your home is secure. Check in from any device, anywhere. ATMC Security offers remote access, real-time alerts, video monitoring and recording, and more. Combine smart home solutions with 24/7 emergency monitoring for one great low price. ATMC Security. Safeguard your home.
I have had so much fun today. I love cooking in cast iron, and it really is a pleasure to serve it in it too. Leaves me some time to enjoy with my friends and family. We have cabbage with a kielbasa, the southern fried cabbage. We've got cheese bread in the skillet. I've made a Cherry Berry Cobbler with some blueberries, and I'm gonna make a drink to go with it. So I put my glass in the fridge, and I'm gonna pour half of a beer into this glass, and then I'm gonna pour half of a 7-Up, and this is called a shandy. And this is the way I like it. So I've got a shandy to go with my cabbage, with my cheese bread. And don't hesitate to cook in a cast iron skillet because it's a whole lot of fun. You can make things your way, and I've cut up a little bit of cherry tomato. I've got some stone ground mustard to put on my kielbasa, and I'm ready for a lovely day with my friends. You can get all of our recipes. Just go on Facebook and search for the Coastal Kitchen. And I hope you all have as much fun doing it as I did. Have a good one. See you next time.
We are ATMC TV, Channel 3 and HD Channel 910, your community channel. The students before this program didn't understand what journalism or responsible journalism was and how important it is to society right now. And being in this class and being partnered with major names like ATMC and PBS and UNC-TV, they understand that what they're doing is so critical and so important really to ensuring that responsible journalism. And they've gotten to this place now where not only do they see the importance in it, but they want to do their very, very best. This is a STEM-based reporting labs for PBS and UNC-TV out of Chapel Hill. So these students are not only, working towards their future careers, but they're already working with major news organizations, major journalism organizations, and every year we're adding to that and making sure that these students know that they have these opportunities for scholarships, for college, and for career advancement as soon as they graduate out of these classes. The grant that I applied for was specifically for lighting equipment. We didn't have any lighting at the time, so the students were having to work with a lot of natural light and creating light with different shades. So now we actually have professional grade lighting in our soon-to-be studio. ATMC is such a huge benefit to this community. I know myself and several other teachers that have applied for grants and received grants and funding from them, and it means so much because it's a co-op. So they're really for the community, they're providing back to their community, and it's just, to me, it shows how great it is to be down here in Brunswick County and to be linked up with someone like ATMC. We just really appreciate having them donate and really see our vision and try to help bring that to light in the classroom.
Experiencing dead zones in your home? If you have a fast internet package, your wireless router is most likely the bottleneck because it can't handle all the new devices in your home. Wi-Fi is the wireless technology that connects all of your devices, like smartphones, tablets, laptops, and other streaming devices to the internet. With the ever-increasing number of mobile devices in our homes today, your wireless router may not be delivering enough speed and coverage in your home. Imagine a highway with faster cars going in the left lane and slower cars in the right lane. What happens if a slow driver moves into the passing lane? Without the right Wi-Fi solution, one device can potentially slow down all the others. We now have a solution to enhance your internet experience. Using small devices and a mesh network, these Wi-Fi appliances cover just about any size home, so that all devices can operate to their fullest potential. Transform your Wi-Fi dead zones into total home Wi-Fi coverage with ATMC Premium Wi-Fi.
How Mom plus Cheddar Electric plus Maytag equals one legendary apple pie. It begins with the finest ingredients kept Maytag fresh. Then, Maytag's precise baking means the flakiest, tastiest crust ever. Finally, her ultra-quiet Maytag dishwasher makes cleanup ultra easy. Mom, apple pie, and Maytag. Dependably yours at Cheddar Electric stores.